Now let's look at the last topic in this lesson. We're looking at groups and blinding, and this is another way that we can help prevent bias. So in experiments, we divide people into groups and we try to prevent the bias by controlling who knows what. So let's talk about the groups first. We have a control group and a treatment group. The treatment group is the group that receives the treatment. The control group is the group that does not receive the treatment. And the control group is basically used as a comparison. All right, now we have a placebo. It's a fake treatment used to control for the placebo effect. Now, the placebo effect is where someone might think that they're doing better because they're taking medication. So we want to limit that outcome. We want to make sure that people are not aware of if they're receiving the treatment or not, so that we get a true and accurate result. So by giving them a fake treatment, they don't know if they're receiving the treatment or not. Single blinding, that's when the participants don't know what group they're in, but the researchers do. And maybe you might want to add that in here. Single blinding is where the participants don't know which group they're in, but the researchers do. Double blinding is when the researchers and the participants, neither one of those groups, know which group they're in. All right, let's look at example 9. In an experiment on a new study technique, students using the new method are compared to those using the standard approach. Who is the treatment group? So the treatment group is the group that's trying the new method or trying the new medication. The control group is those that don't make any change. So if we're looking for the treatment group, we're looking for B, the students that are using the new method. Okay, let's look at example 10. What is the purpose of using a placebo in a medical study? So I already basically mentioned that earlier. We want to make sure that a placebo helps make sure any improvements in the treatment group are actually because of the medication, not just by the person's expectations or beliefs. So by giving one group the pill, the actual real pill, and then another group the fake medicine, each group, since they're both taking something and ingesting something, they don't know if they're actually taking the real medicine or not. So it's going to lead to more accurate results because there isn't going to be a psychological effect on the way they feel. So the answer for this would be C. It's going to control psychological effects of the treatment. Okay, looking at example 11. In a study of 2 medications, participants don't know what they're receiving, but the researchers do. What kind of blinding is being used? This is definitely going to be single blinding. If the researchers know who's in what group, but only the participants don't know, then that's single blinding. Example 12. In a clinical trial, neither the participants nor the medical staff know who's receiving the real medication versus the placebo. What kind of blinding is this? Because it's both the researchers and the participants that don't know who's receiving the placebo and who's receiving the actual medication, that would be double blinding. All right, let's look at example 13. In a study testing a new allergy medicine, who should receive a placebo? So the control group should be the one that received the placebo because we don't want anything to change for that group. We want to use that group as a comparison group. The only group that should be receiving the actual medication is the treatment group. So the placebo should be going to the control group, option D. All right, so let's sum up our new terminology. There are different types of studies, and knowing whether a study is observational or experimental helps us understand the strengths and the limitations. Identifying the explanatory response and lurking variables gives us a way that we can make sure the study is really measuring what it should be measuring, and to be aware that we need to watch out for other things that might affect our study. And then another big thing that we talked about is to reduce bias. We can use tools like randomizing our groups, using placebos, and using blinding. All of these decisions in a research study, from design to how it handles bias, directly impacts how much we can trust those results. How accurate are these results? And if we use these tools, it can really limit any errors or any bias.